Traveler's been— Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that she's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
Kale!
Are you awake now? Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... Good question. This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here. Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything, really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take... Whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any... So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside, that incense typically has no effect on most people. But for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari. Wait, hold on a sec.
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However...
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced... If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky. For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived. Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over— What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be? your judgment here. If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest, but it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow. Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
Take cover! Hey, need some help? What's that? Do you think I should try harder to be a good Animo Archon? Let me try. Don't give up.
Truly troublesome illness. Definitely have enough for a grand
All right, next let's see your right hand. But please remember that you still need to be careful.
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still have...
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along.
But I have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well...
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tainari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now.
Yes, you can count on me. So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but... Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring... As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps. Paimon, Traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
I'm dead on my feet. I think I'll stay here a while.
Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. on a big adventure! Dumpty Dumpty go! The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you. By the way, Kale, do you know what?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, or...
Huh? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her work to the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her recite.
Uh-huh. Then what?
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest.
Huh? You're not too sure?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying... Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person. There's no one like Amber.
Amber
She
reference.
lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very if you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and... sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you did.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by... I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up.
So that's how you knew.
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. Really, I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go...
looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is... Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Or the name does seem to fit the Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you clean everything below. Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
Yay! Food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey! Don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them. Whoops! Ah, no! You dropped it on the ground! Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there. Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time.
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments, too.
Oh, I guess it happens from time to time.
So, Kale, don't you think that Tighnari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without his permission. Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, something? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? I've always wanted to pet them, too. Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the Academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher, helping the locals every day and passing on his knowledge to trainees. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, "Why, oh why? Is she going to die?" It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kali's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimonial wrath!
No! Don't touch me!
Oh,
Dang.
sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm fine. I'm sorry. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry?
Ah, Traveler. You've returned.
Yep, we're back.
Oh, Kale? Yes.
Oh, okay.
Elazar is a truly troublesome illness.
Definitely have enough for a grand feast this time.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Huh?
Time for takeoff.
Yeah, brace yourselves. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Solidify!
Let's play! Propagate!
Welcome, welcome.
Gather!
Yahoo! Think you can get away? Brace yourselves.
Solidify!
Yahoo! Wouldn't gliding be faster? Here we go.
Stabilize!
the Ballad of the Treasure Chest? Propagate!
Rise!
Propagate!
Was thinking all night about what happened with Polly, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
this an answer from this world?
Solidify!
Brace yourselves.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about...
Huh? Tighnari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition.
You mean she's sick? How could she be...
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't... I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tighnari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you.
It's okay, I've read the manga.
She insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time.
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsier?
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or... With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over...
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all. However, Kale's days with the Fatui... Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh, Paimon had no idea.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday.
She doesn't need to apologize.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next... Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some...
Yeah, we'd like to do...
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to...
No problemo!
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine, And then there's the Sumeru Rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then. Note to Paimon.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, we'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the...
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey Tainari, we found the...
Let me take a look. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems...
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. Can you tell me the exact...
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it.
Wait, Tainari, what?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with... There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru Ring. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wild...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is...
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal. But you don't seem to carry a...
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a...
It seems the rumors about you are true. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the Withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today. Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants... Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the Withering. All right, Traveler. We're going to have to enter that Withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call Thank you. But I must warn you. Don't. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the Withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point... You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the Withering zone.
Gather!
Jumpy Dumpty, go!
Let's play!
Stabilize!
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we need to take care of the tumor.
Solidify!
Here we go. Brace yourselves. Propagate. Yahoo!
Gather!
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering. Yes, thanks to you two. We were...
Tainari? You make it sound like...
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were... If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far... For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, this presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started...
Huh?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar case... No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface, although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological... I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep on... Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time. All right, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that...
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did...
The withering zone you reported has been taken... Huh. Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat. And it
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey!
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines. And by the time we found her... Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get... I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations?
Let's find out. Here. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? But wait, how'd you know that?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described similar? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me... Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel... When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What? I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of spirit...
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us?
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she... Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer... No. I should be the one...
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area. Hypatia, are you alright?
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait.
That's a big dendro slime.
Wow, this place is huge! I knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
How do I investigate the room? Huh?
Huh? What happened just now? Why did everything around us suddenly change?
Order guide you. Stabilize. This is order.
Here we go.
Solidify.
Jumpy Dumpty go!
Radish.
into that is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
The Abyss Herald!
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about such things.
Gather!
I don't have cryo.
Spring forth! Ha! Brace yourselves. Think you can get away?
Blazing delight! Boing, boing, boom!
Stabilize!
Yahoo! Scatter!
Dumpty Dumpty go! Yeah.
Here we go!
Okay.
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your brother. His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
Okay, and watch, and then ooh, Kusanali appears and then folds him. Better yet, a cutscene plays, and out comes Dane's life, and then the Vines grab the Abyss Herald from the planet and utterly tear him to shreds. Alternatively, we go into the fight again. Oh.
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Oh, guess that makes sense. Anyways, we can talk about... Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to...
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit.
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature.
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar... You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy...
So, Hypatia, just...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Earth. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed... In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that... Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks... Alright, we're up, Traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before.
Let's use the empty Oh, it smells,
Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. Even though everything you mentioned was in Tighnari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the Academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire...
So why does this incense...
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul and their...
Makes sense. But Paimon's gonna...
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload. Taking in any sense similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn ale would cause adverse effect. Not to worry, though. It appears technically your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa! You're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaois Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings, which is why I must turn to the... If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost... Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge, that's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure...
Whoa! So knowledge from Irminsul...
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with... However, I've been feeling better as of late. I believe that being able to see them is a sort... But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound...
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Huh.
Yes, well, to an extent. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata... I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since that, I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the Academia, and went on to become a researcher. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember... Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. But I was free of fear. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things she saw when she connected with Irminsul?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that World... if only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me. There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my savior.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance...
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, you know where to find me. Take care. Do remember to come visit any...
can be fast.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here—
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is—
I see. Huh. And
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you—
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amurta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it—
Oh?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise. So—
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait, before that, that's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
I've been waiting for you two. Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. But I guess now I understand that the most important—
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh? What?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh.
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.
I will have order. Gather!
Brace yourself.
Solidify!
Time for takeoff. Here we go. Propagate!
You won this one.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Brace yourself. yourself.
Boing, boing, boom! Ducky, ducky, go!
Terminate! Here we go.
Is this a side quest? Because I'm kind of doing something. My bad. Yeah, just shoulder for eternity real quick. Ah.
Scatter!
Interesting. Boat? Double. Whoa. Huh? Whoa. No, no, wrong. Propagate. Propagate. Thank you.
Yahoo!
Wonder where it could be. Yeah, I gotta. If it looks weird, I gotta. Oh, it was just the game. Okay, never mind. No. Oh, it's cryo.
Stabilize.
Brace yourselves.
Boing, boing, boom! Ha! Woo!
Whoa-bam. Yeah. Snipe? Wait, what am I doing? I can just do this. Crash the game. Gotta be 11. Should I go? Man.
Let's play.
No. Go, Venti, go. Lumine's Bizarre Adventure, never mind. Go, Lumine, go! Bro speaking Simlish.
Once, there was a glorious king.
entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the... But no need to worry. That won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia convened... Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved... After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created... As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was...
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extent... Here are your Akasha terminals.
It kinda looks...
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use... May the mighty God bless it! Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing! It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what...
Exactly. That, and with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check... 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity for... Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember. Ugh. Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? You too. Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in... Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to Lesser Lord Kus. He's from Sumeru, and even has a position in the... Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a... Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me.
Great! You see...
What? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the...
Here, this is a letter...
Oh, let me see... Ah, seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusun...
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? Sorry, the Akasha...
What? You too? But what about your...
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know more about... All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never...
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which...
Aw, but...
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able... In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single... Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, hey, come on. This is a survival...
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty... So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here. Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine!
Look at this. Look at that. Yes, we must document everything.
Ad Astra Abyssal.
Catherine, we need your help with...
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is all...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in...
Aww, another dead...
Please do not worry. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, they take on various contracts and work all across. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade...
Corps of 30?
Supposedly. They are named as such because their ranks numbered 30. Asphalt, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, if you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's head. You're welcome.
Alright, off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
Ad Astra...
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asphalt. We'd like...
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As we originally came from the desert, the gods there died off long ago. Since those days, it isn't just us, though. If you ask me,
Oh? What?
just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the... Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance. And the Academia never announced...
Really?
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down.
All right.
No problem.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire...
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then...
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a... Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, we'll be wherever you go."
Yeah, thanks for the story! Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
In a way. It seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now.
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. This stinks! Let's see if we...
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple...
did she have band...
Yes, that's her.
Yeah!
Quick, after her!
Quick! Starts walking. Hello.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by...
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw...
Really? Thank you so much. Uh-oh, looks like there's...
Huh? More of...
No, wait, my body isn't in the best... Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go...
All right, let's move out. Stay behind.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait! Stand down, Dia!
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so...
I see. In that case, you two should scram.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard,
Midriff.
here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been...
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if...
Hey! Dunyarzad already said...
Stay out of this. You don't... Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to...
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents?
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, and knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those...
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents. And they know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. They still won't accept reality, and every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone because she saved me. The love This is my life and my last chance.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing?
Yes, I'm sure.
Fine, I won't act, but let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect you.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. Minor.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in... So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins.
Okay.
Yay! Looks like they've
I'm fine, really.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already...
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind,
Sure! After you rest up, we...
It's just tunnel visioning.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia, haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Ha! Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it, huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get...
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of... But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aw, Paimon kinda want—
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other custom...
they look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. What do you have against my slime dishes? Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was in—
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendroarchon?
Huh?
Yes, it was when I was a child. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry. Who are you? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but actually, I know everything about you. Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there any— What? Huh? But aren't you a child? How then— can— Oh. Then—
After that, the voice said, although my body was suffering during those days, beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had— Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help—
What's the
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. But because of the Academia's influence, the Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death. So they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aww.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu? The one who—
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much— I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are coming.
Sure. That's quite the trip, though.
No, that would be too much.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens—
But of course, Nilu will be thrilled to— Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home. But you made it in the end.
Summoning for Nilu the second she appears.
But if
Oh, it's
Dia's
the cracked
here,
music!
that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side now. Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest.
So you're followers from another land? Oh, really? Well, that's okay. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you
probably? But don't sweat it. We've already